Okay, this is a spout for a gas can. This is a GarageBOSS brand. It's right here on the injection piece. Now, to fix this, the first thing I did was there's a collar here that interfaces with the can and interferes with your ability to screw this thing in and out. So I took an X-Acto knife and just sawed down it, got rid of that piece. Next thing you got to do, the directions say, thou shalt depress this, and then you can push it in. All right. That's what they tell you to do. If you don't want to mess with this at all, and you just want it to be easier to use, back here, there's two grooves. There's two high points, and there's a groove in the middle. This cap has that groove molded into it as well. So what you do, press down, press it in, hold the back side, and then some kind of way try to get that cap, or try to work that cap around enough so that this high point groove, you don't have to press it down. Get that groove up here so that the clip is depressed all the time. So now it just works, okay? If you don't want that, if you want the spring out of this thing, here's what you do. You don't have to remove this O-ring, it turns out. What you gotta do, I think it's a little bit easier if it's up here. What's going on here is this piece down here comes all the way up through in a little stem, and then there's a little kind of head on it, and there's a little tiny plastic rim inside of the cap that retains that pin in there. So what you have to do is you gotta be a little mean about it. I worked on this quite a while before I got it. You just kind of gotta force this cap off. I'm sure you can not see, but I'm using my little screwdriver and I'm just pressing. Okay, so there's this little horrible spring. You need that out of there. But I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. So that O-ring's important. That O-ring's important. I guess that O-ring's important. I don't know if I'll be able to show you on my crappy phone, but there's a ridge in this. Maybe you can hear it. I'm catching this ridge, and it's just the right size with this cap here. So these are going to go back together, and I'll show you. So stuff this back in there, go past the O-ring again, and then there's the stem sitting up there. I'm going to choose to just, well, I don't know. Let's see what happens here. I might want that stupid clip in there. And then just press it back in there, okay? So now, when you go down, it's gonna stay down. I guess the real question is, how do you pull it back up? Well, I wouldn't worry about it, to be honest, because you got this, okay? They come with this on the GarageBOSS, and there's a cap, all right? So what I'm gonna do, and also this now spins easier, I can spin it back there like so, and then I can just leave it down all the time and just put a cap on here. That's how an old one works. It's always open, right? If you choose to do that, pull the O-ring off. There's no point in having the O-ring anymore, right? I'm gonna do that myself. I'm gonna leave that down all the time. Okay, come on, girl. There we go. O-ring's off. Now I got an extra O-ring, cap. And then I believe when it's down, that second O-ring is gonna keep the fuel from coming up this way. So the video's over. I'm gonna pop this off on camera. Why not? Maybe it's out of frame, but it's gonna be on camera, doggone it. There. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna saw off this little clip. And honestly, this whole thing could come off, but I'm just gonna knock off the high point So hopefully you'll be able to watch me not cut my fingers off. But this I'm gonna shake you guys. I don't know if I want to do it on camera. I'm gonna just lop this off so that it's less annoying. Maybe I'll just pull this hole, and I'll just do it that way. You need the button, I guess, maybe, in case it comes back up. Let me do it this way. A wise man always said, always cut toward your body. Always cut toward things you want to cut. Or you don't want to cut, whatever. Here. I know this is shaky cam, but there. Fixed it. You might not want to do that, okay? But I'm kind of angry at this can. I should not have bought this one. One more shake, okay? There we go. Now we're in. All right. I just created a disease vector now for crap to get in there. Probably don't take that whole thing off. Maybe just take off this with a Dremel, but I don't care. Maybe just tape that up myself now. But anyway, I'm trying to save you guys some hassle. So now that's just gonna stay down probably forever. You could almost probably glue on top of that. That's what they make you do around here. Okay? Pretty horrible. You got to keep this in there because you need that little O-ring to seal up above the spout up in here. So don't take this whole thing out or your fuel will come out this way. And this is a screw on top. So it was on sale. I bought it. I shouldn't have, but the can's okay. The can's actually tall and thin, so that's that. So this is the can. It is from GarageBOSS, says right there. It has a bigger thing that says endorsed by Briggs and Stratton. So they really want you to think Briggs made it, but it's GarageBOSS, and it has some crappy tank condom inside of it that's not rigid like the Midwest. It's a sock that they just glued in there. Like I can move it around. So I'm thinking it's probably not going to be too much work. It's like nylon or some poly. So probably not going to be too bad to get it inverted and get it out of there, but it's going to be a mess, most likely. So surviving now. There we go. So now it's coming out. You can see it in all its glory. We'll invert it just for fun now. So now this thing's out, but all the bullshit is in here. Glue-wise, I guess it's just gonna be that way now. It's nothing like loose in there. It's just a bunch of crap that they slobber in there. Is that an insert? No. Guys, this was not the best tank to get. It's also an odd color. I guess I'm used to seeing this color yellow, not this color. It is yellow, but it's kind of a neon. So, anyway. And that piece I lopped off of here is what interferes with that. So it's a real pain in the butt. So I have a little iPhone 8, you guys. I don't have a real good phone, so hopefully the info is better than the presentation, but you can watch a guy screw a cap on, or you can leave at this point. No shame. So there we go. That's pretty much going to always be open. And there we go. Alright. Pretty crap system the government makes them use. Alright, and if you mess with this and you take the O-ring out the bottom, you can't leave this outside because water's going to get in there. Okay? If it rains on it. So keep your fuel clean and put it indoors.